Welcome to Garage Sales Unhinged.
where the characters are as quirky as the finds.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jake.
Join us as we dive into the wild world of garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, and anywhere secondhand sales are happening.
From bizarre bargains to hilarious haggles.
You won't believe the stories we've got lined up.
Let's get unhinged.
How many companies have you worked for over your life?
You want an exact number or a roundabout number?
Immediately exact number right now.
Not including the ones I own.
Moving on. Ugh.
I need to know how specific you want to get. I'm gonna guess I've probably worked for 12 companies.
Ooh, 12 companies. So what's the matter? Like you kept getting caught stealing notepads?
No, I think early, when I was younger, I'd work for somebody for a summer or, a semester or something like that, and then had to move on to something else. So, and then early in my career, you want to get in the experience and then you want to move on to the next thing so that you get more responsibilities, bigger salary, all that stuff. So,
Oh, that's how it works. Oh,
yeah.
oops.
Yeah. I want to say like the first, let's see, after college, probably the 5 jobs I had after college, I probably stayed with them for about 2 years each and then moved on. And then my last corporate gig I was at for over 10 years.
Wow. I remember for a little while, I think it was like one of your summer gigs. You worked at Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
And I remember you sharing like the absolute unit of a notebook of menu things you had to memorize.
So it's so funny whenever I tell people I used to work at the Cheesecake Factory and we had a legit 2 week, maybe it was a week of onboarding. I don't know, but it was a long time of onboarding. The other restaurants I worked at, you had like a shift to figure it out.
Right.
At the Cheesecake Factory, they sat us down and explained, like, I not only did I have the menu, like the menu that all the like regular people see, I also had like the internal employee menu that had all the recipes.
Oh, so
So
you could say like this has shellfish in it, watch out, kind of deal. Okay.
yes. Yeah. We were also trained on like which herbal teas could help certain ailments. So I did have one night there was a lady that came in, she was pregnant, was having a headache, and I like, "Oh, would you like to try this tea? Can actually help with the headache." And she was like, "Yeah, sure." It was a $3 upcharge that just again, it goes to my tip and all that stuff. And the guy that was waiting with me, he was like, "I didn't know it could do that." And I was like, that's what I said in the training."
I gotta go. Cheesecake Factory and Doula Depot. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think your experience is true for a lot of
Wait,
people.
can I
What?
tell one more Cheesecake Factory story?
Yeah, let's have it.
So, okay, there was one night I came in and it was going to be me and another server, and we were going to just wait on one table all night. It was just going to be the two of us because we had a table coming in of like 20 people.
Oof.
And so it was going to be her and I teaming up together to wait on this table. And I made like $1,000 that night.
Wow.
If I ever felt close to getting stripper money, that was going to be this night. And I never had to take my clothes off. And the group that came in,
I never had to. I did, but I didn't have to.
they gave me money to put them back on. The group that came in, one of the ladies in the group had just competed and won a bodybuilding competition. So half of the table had been starving themselves for weeks to get cut and everything for this competition. And then they come to the Cheesecake Factory and ordered
Wow.
everything.
Awful.
And because there was 20 people, we had to automatically put gratuity on the tap. So yeah, it was, and then a couple of the guys got into like a fist fight. So then the people felt really bad. Our tip was so great.
Oh, fantastic. Wait,
And
a couple of the bodybuilding people got into a fist fight?
yeah.
Wow.
And because again, whenever they've been cutting down, they also haven't been drinking alcohol. Well, they ordered a bunch of alcohol and these guys got stupid. So yeah, I walked away with $1,000 that night. And that means I split the tip with the other server. and we tipped out our bartender and the busboy. So like, and I still walked away with $1,000.
Wow.
And back then, whenever I had no money, I felt like was on cloud nine. So
Yeah, for sure. Like, hey, $1,000 for one night of work is good no matter what. That's great.
the downside of the place where I worked is that the employee bathroom was upstairs near the office. And so like if I was in the middle of a very busy shift, I was supposed to go upstairs to use like the employee bathroom. I'm like, I'm not running up and down stairs. And I was like, I just go to the public bathroom and whatever. Like
Yeah.
I still wash my hands.
I mean, they still have the sign in there that you must. So
Yeah, right.
right,
Anyway.
that's an invitation in my book. No, I think a lot of people kind of have your experience and more people of a younger cohort. That's the thing, right? It used to be that you'd work in a place for your career, you know? You start
Mhm.
off in the mailroom and through pluck and bootstrappedness, you climb up to, you know, regional executive assistant to the director of whatever, right? So that used to be the case. And now, no, it's like, yeah, you're in a place where you're, a handful of years maybe,
Yeah.
and you move on.
Well, I also think, especially with a new generation coming into the workforce, they could give two poops about titles. They really want to live a life. They don't want to work. So, and I don't say that in a negative sense, is that they have discovered that there's a bunch of ways to make money that don't require someone to climb a corporate ladder that is archaic.
Yeah, the whole, honestly, it's one of those things I feel like one, it's one of the things that we kind of missed or intentionally just kind of ignored the opportunity to turn the page around COVID is like really kind of think about how people like their relationship with work has changed
Yeah.
or could change or like was in the process of changing and like, really enough senior executives like, no, the toothpaste goes back in the tube, and
Yeah.
but no, it's true. It's like, so that kind of dovetails with what I was wanting to talk about. Like, for the companies you've worked for, some of them, like, okay, like there was, you're including the various kind of one-off kind of
Yeah.
things. Like, oh, I worked at Cheesecake Factory and served cheesecake to these meatheads and watched them punch each other in the face.
And for anyone that loves the Cheesecake Factory carrot cake, one slice of that is 1,400 calories.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah. So gross.
Okay. Well, no, we've got you here. Well, we've got you here. If you like, are there any healthy items on that menu?
Sure. Yeah. You can eat a salad. You can have the soup. Go light on the dressing for the salad. There's lots of healthy options. I mean, is there a healthy cheesecake? Not one that tastes good.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Categorically, no. Yeah.
But I'm like, if you're going out for dinner with friends on a date and you're like, I'm really health conscious, don't go to the
Why
Cheesecake
would you
Factory.
go there? Yeah. If you like this person, but you don't want to go back to their place after, go to Cheesecake Factory. You won't want to anyway.
It keeps the bubble guts from moving the relationship forward.
Right. So, in the course of what you did, like Cheesecake Factory, surely you wore some sort of like some clothing that was like, I work here. Some kind of Cheesecake Factory polo or something, right?
Uh,
No, you're just like, yeah, trust me. I'll take your order.
no, I'm trying to. I think our uniform at the time. Here's the thing, because I also worked at another restaurant, and I think I'm getting it mixed up with the other restaurant, but I don't think I am. I think the uniform at the time was black pants, white button up, and a tie,
Oh wow, yeah.
and then my Cheesecake Factory apron, but I don't think it had the emblem on it.
When that your term there ended, You had to give back the apron, right?
Yeah.
But the clothes you kept.
Yeah.
And I guess you donated those, right?
I probably threw them away. They probably
Yeah,
had
probably.
grease stains on them.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Are you planning a garage sale, yard sale, or estate sale and need some help? Look no further than Garage Sale Supply. They provide top-notch resources and expert advice to help you host the perfect sale. From pricing tips to promotional strategies, they've got you covered. Visit GarageSaleSupply.com and make your next sale a success.
So yeah, I think the clothes we wear as part of our jobs are an interesting thing when it comes to the secondhand conversation. You mentioned having to wear certain stuff that you probably, like you go to the store and buy the pants and the shirt and the tie. They give you the apron. I remember there was one day I met Rich for lunch at, I don't know, some mom and pop type restaurant.
Hold on for
Yeah.
our listeners. Rich is our oldest brother.
Yeah, it's fine. And people are really going to write in going, I demand to know.
I'm just trying to put it into context.
Sir, who is this third character? I can't keep up with this.
Jay, you got to make sure the plot is all there. Jeez.
So, I met him there during my lunch break, and I was wearing a button-up shirt for work. And because I was in a button-up shirt, on the way out from lunch, we finish our stuff. We're walking out, and a nice older lady is coming into the restaurant. She sees a guy in a button-up shirt, and she tells me how many they would like to have a table for.
Oh, wait. Can I tell the story of the time that you and I went to Target?
Yeah, please do, because I don't know it.
So you and I went to Target. This is probably early 2000s. And you wore the wrong outfit
Oh, did I wear a
of
red
khaki
polo?
pants and a red polo shirt. And I don't remember what we were looking for, but this young woman comes over to you in the music section whenever you would have a music section at Target.
Right.
And she wanted to know if you had the new Selena CD. Also, pour one out for Selena. But you looked at her and just go, I don't work here. And she just stood there looking at you, and you're like, and you finally just, no, we don't have it. And she's like, okay. And like walked away. He's like, golly.
I don't remember that.
It wasn't like you were even impersonating an employee. You told her, like,
Right.
no, I don't work here. She
I
just
just
stood
had
there waiting
bad
for an
fashion
answer.
choices. Yeah. Which honestly, I guess you could still do today. That'd be fun. Not hard to impersonate some employees. I mean, watch the news.
You
But-
say it's fun, and I just picture like strangers walking up to me asking questions, like my own version of hell. Like, no, don't come up to me.
Well, no, then you can get it's the easiest thing in the world to give them answers because you can just at your will, It's like, yes, we have the Selena CD. No, you can't have it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't want to talk to people. I know that you and I have a podcast, but I don't want to talk to people.
Well, yeah, but no. I don't know. The nice old lady asked me for a table for 4, and I was like, yes, ma'am, it's right over there, and left. Good.
Roger got sat in his section, and he's wondering what happened. No one told him.
So, like in other jobs of yours, did you ever get any kind of like company swag?
So much.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've had to design company swag. I've had to order it. Also, because I own my own companies today, I still get company swag on clothing.
Well, your own companies?
Yeah.
Why? You're the only one that wears it.
No, I'm not. So I do have some nice pieces of clothing that I wear for client meetings, stuff like that. It's business casual type things that has my logo on it.
Aprons.
I wear that stuff to conferences and whatnot. But I also make funny t-shirts based off of whatever I teach people things about. And I do it as a lead generating thing. So people fill out the form and then I send them a free t-shirt after the fact. And so I have a lot of people walking around with my company swag.
No, man. Well, kudos to you, I guess, for figuring that part of, everything out. But I think the thing I was wondering about is, look, the company swag you get, say you work for Foot Locker.
Yep.
Surely those guys have to give back the striped shirts. When they, if they quit, if they're fired or something like that, they've got to get back the striped shirt.
No, a lot of companies just count the company swag towards the cost of doing business.
Okay,
They-
so if I've worked at Foot Locker and like, hey man, this has been really cool. I'm gonna, go this other direction. Okay, yeah, thanks, bye. And now I'm at home and I've got a Foot Locker striped polo in my closet.
Yep.
Wow.
Now the aprons, like the table waiting aprons that servers wear, there's no reason. So the reason why an employee would keep a polo, a t-shirt, some type of wearable swag is hygiene reasons. Like if you give it back, they would have to wash it. It's not going to be as vibrant as what it once was. The aprons, they wash it and they just give it to the next person because it's not touching their skin. It's over their pants. And all that
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. And I guess that answer makes sense because if you go through a Goodwill, when you're going through the clothes, maybe you've come across a few branded pieces of apparel.
They probably came across my own stuff because I've donated my own stuff.
Right. So you going through there and you're like, hey, if I want to go and pretend to work at Chili's, I guess I could.
Yes. Great Halloween and I will say the Goodwill near me it almost looks like a Spirit Halloween sign up on their building. And it's the Halloween, like one-stop shop, whatever the signage says, but it almost looks like a Spirit Halloween sign.
Very cool.
So they're trying to bring in people to buy their costumes at Goodwill.
That's smart. But no, it was a question as to whether do we feel like it's okay to sell corporate swag or sell or donate it?
Well, okay, so I'm going to ask the reverse of that. Do you feel okay throwing the swag away?
Absolutely.
So here's my thing is it's still a usable shirt and I don't want it to go to a landfill. I'd
Mhm.
rather sell it so whenever I say throw it away it's going to a landfill.
Right.
The other part of like I'd rather donate it and somebody is going to be able to use it, whether it's a rag or it's a painting smock for their kids or whatever that is. But I don't want it to go to a landfill if it's not actually torn up enough to go to a landfill.
I will tell you, like, there's more than a few T-shirts I've gotten from previous employers that have been used to kind of wipe up a grill,
Oh yeah.
or like absolutely kind of. I go to whatever convention that we have to go to, and we get the shirt and thank you, and immediately on the way away from the convention, drop it off at Goodwill.
I'm laughing to myself now because I'm like, what if somebody have you seen the t-shirt quilts? Like somebody may take all the t-shirts that they've collected at concerts over their life and they create a really cool quilt out of it.
Yeah.
But what if you did that with all the swag you got from former employers? And that's kind of like your resume now. So whenever companies like, can you send us your resume? Be like, okay, it's about 30 pounds to ship it. So where do you want me to send it to?
Yeah. I think you'll agree that I'm very qualified and you're very comfortable. And this gap, that's for your wiener.
Too
Can
soon?
you
I don't know
explain
how to
this gap in
respond to
your
that.
resume? Yes, I can.
Oh no.
So like that's the other question. Do you feel like it's okay to buy corporate swag?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. Like you need a shirt, and if it's a quarter, it's a quarter. But I understand companies update their branding, time to time. But odds are, like you could go into a Goodwill, find that Chili's polo, and either the branding is the same as it is right now, or it's not that different. and you damn well look like a Chili's employee.
You can catfish so many people.
That's right. You really reel them in. Like, hey, look, I got the connect on those fried nachos. You know,
Yeah.
that's right.
Fried nachos. That does sound like a Chili's dish.
It probably is. I made it up, but it's probably true. Not that job.
There is a local sports bar that we go to, and they do have Irish nachos, and those are instead of
I'm trying to
ins-
figure out what would constitute an Irish nacho.
instead of the tortilla chip, it is waffle fries.
Wow, that sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah, man, when you're drinking and there's sports going on, it is delicious.
Well, no, so okay, then here's the question: what do you feel might be the best or worst brand apparel to buy or donate?
I mean, Hooters outfit,
Sure.
because I feel like that is tailored to one specific body type.
That's true. That's good. I like that.
I was
Well, no,
also
but there's a lot of companies out there, and I was more thinking in terms of brand reputation, but I think your answer is probably a lot more practical. Yeah.
Well, I was also going with brand reputation, and I'm like, well, anything like faith-based,
Mm.
and like, promoting your church or synagogue or something. Like, who do you know is gonna wear it, and like, what are they gonna do? Like, are they gonna show up on the news wearing your church, your synagogue, your temple's thing? And I'm like, oh, now they're associated with this.
That's right. Oh no, now we have all the bodies in the freezer.
I will
Mm.
say, I have donated a lot of my previous company swag to charities,
Mhm.
and I don't feel bad about it because I had to change the company logo before I left. So the things that I donated is the old logo, and it doesn't have the new logo stuff on it.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. That's kind of practical. But can I ask you to dig a little deeper into like a part of your comment you just made?
Okay.
Is it like you've donated company swag in the past and you don't feel bad about it? Is the assumption that people ought to feel bad about it?
No. Oh,
See, I
because then that makes me judgy, Jacob, and I don't care what other people do.
Yeah, right. Hey, look, man, you want to wear that Hooters uniform even though you're a plumber? You know,
I mean, part of it, because here's the thing is, I'm not donating the brand, I'm donating the clothing item.
right.
Now, as a marketing professional who is in charge of protecting the company brand, I may hold on to things longer than I need to because I want the company logo to change. And that way, if I donate something, it's not going to reflect negatively on the company. But in the big scheme of things, like if you think about statistically of the people that are going to commit horrible crimes, they're probably not wearing your McDonald's t-shirt, or they're not wearing your company softball thing. Like they're probably just wearing a black shirt or like clothing that is non-discriminate. Like, and also if they are wearing like a chicken onesie, they are not doing crime correctly. You don't want to be seen.
Yeah. Like, oh no, like the bean and cheese ripper, responsible for 13 murders, but he was just living moss.
Yo quiero less than 10 years. That's all I want in prison, less
Yeah.
than 10.
Well, no, I was trying to figure out like what might be like if you were going through the racks at Goodwill or something like that. And I've done it like, whoa, like I guess if I wanted to impersonate an employee of this gas station chain, I could. Yeah, just a lot of really questionable things kind of come to mind. But what might be the worst brand? Like, what are some of the worst brands you could come across? And I'm trying to figure that out because, like, hey, yeah, sure. I mean, it's not to say there's potential for like mishaps if anybody bought a an official enough looking employee shirt. Like,
Well,
so
it
in that
could
way,
be-
the brand doesn't matter, but take that off the table.
Well, like if there was Subway swag with their spokesperson Jared, probably Jacob almost spit out his drink.
Yeah, you almost got a spit take out of that one. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, like I don't really want to wear that. I don't
No.
promote
mm-mm,
that.
no.
You know, I think anything from InfoWars can go straight in the trash pile.
Yeah. Well, until the Onion buys it, and God willing, they'll be able to.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like all the really horrible company brand or brands that are no longer in business because of salacious reasons. Like I would honestly love to have a Blockbuster polo. And I
Yeah.
would rock that thing out with pride. But like,
I really did think it was like, what if I had a Lehman Brothers T-shirt? Or I think honestly, I think if you did start plastering Enron on stuff, people would actually buy it because it's satire. But
Jacob, what if we created company swag of these defunct companies today, but make it like Enron Spring Break 1988, like make up these like made up company events where it's like, oh yeah, they were clearly laundering money back in these days.
yeah, like Lehman Brothers 1992 annual human sacrifice roundup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Hmm.
I think like, the Bernie Sanders, like could you make a shirt that looked like almost like Tupac, but it would be Bernie Sanders and like he's not dead. It was all made up.
Yeah. But no, it's I don't know. I'm sure if anybody listening, you do the whole secondhand thing. I'm sure you've come across a few of these items before. But I don't know, it's funny. I think there's like two schools of thought. Some people feel like, oh, how dare you? How could you? Your company gave you that T-shirt at the conference they forced you to work at.
Well, I also think it's one of those things as marketing professionals thinking about, hey, the reality is that probably 80% of the stuff that you give away is going to end up in a charity box and a landfill, something like that. And that's really where like I work with a vendor that they will do the exact amount that I need. So, and then they also ship everything for me. So I don't have massive amounts of t-shirts sitting in my house waiting to go out. But it's also one of those things of whenever I think about company swag, what items, and I purchase high dollar value items because people will keep them and less chance of those being donated somewhere else down the road.
Right. Well, I don't know. It's just kind of an interesting thing. It is always tempting. You go through those racks and you're like, what would it be like to work at IHOP? Like,
Oh my
What-
gosh.
do I see myself in a Golden Corral? I think I do.
Girlfriend, if I could get a Waffle House shirt, I would walk in there acting like hey, I'm the inspector and I'm like from Region 7. I got to get back there. Like, come on. A Waffle House shirt? Yes, ma'am.
If you wake up knowing you're in a bad mood, just that's when you grab that Waffle House shirt and you just embrace it, lean into it. and,
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
God, I kind of want to go get a job at Waffle House just so I could get the attire and then quit right after they give it to me.
Right, and just like go and bash in a few skulls.
Yeah. I mean, number one rule about Waffle House is that we don't talk about Waffle House.
That's right.
Mm.
But
I like
Yeah.
the subject.
yeah, that's what came to mind. Everybody, go buy an Enron T-shirt. It's timely.
The kids are like, what's Enron? Ask your parents.
Good episode, Jake. Appreciate it.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.